All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live broadcasting worldwide. Coming up at the start of the next segment, we have something very powerful we're going to premiere here that will, again, draw attention to the fact that our borders are completely wide open as part of a North American Union deal. You've seen all these top generals, all these leaders say that's the plan. We're drawing attention to it. And this video will go live on YouTube simultaneously, and will go up on Infowars.com in the next segment. Buckley, are you ready to do that? And I'll give you the headline. But let's just be ready to launch and have it go up on Infowars.com for all the radio listeners so they can go see it at the start of the next segment. PrisonPlanet.com as well. We'll tweet it out at Real Alex Jones. Then filmmaker Joel Gilbert joins us. And more. William Benny, former top NSA whistleblower. And more. But if you just joined us, man crosses U.S. border dressed as ISIS terrorist, simulates beheading. Stunt took place in exact spot where feds say ISIS terror attack is imminent. Meanwhile, Minneapolis City Council demands answers on black helicopter military drills. Close quote. I thought the black helicopters didn't exist. It's all part of a desensitization program for martial law. That's declassified. When can the FBI's use national security letters to go after journalists? That's classified. That's from the Freedom of the Press Foundation, the targeting of the press. Soros signals Argentina's shale is biggest place to be. Soros doubled his stake in state-owned oil company in Argentina, while for the last 7 years spending tens of millions of dollars to lobby to shut down shale production in the U.S. by wildcat small companies. And I'm not saying shale fracking is good overall. I'm not saying there aren't problems, but most of it's financed by Soros and Saudi Arabia, who don't want us to have our own oil. So a coal plant in Mexico that's totally dirty is okay, but a coal plant in Texas that's clean is not okay. It's not owned by General Electric. So a cleaner fracking system, say in East Texas, I got a family that are petroleum geologists, as long as it's done right, there's literally no problems. That's not okay, but a dirty one in Argentina is okay. Because, see, that's how you make money if you're George Soros and Warren Buffett. You don't let the Keystone Pipeline come in, and then the oil of Canada has to be shipped out to the West Coast and to China on record. See, that's how big fortunes are made in the mafia system, is gaming everything. Just thought I'd tell you how things really work, just in case everybody wanted to know. That's all George Soros and Warren Buffett, the two work together, do. They just run around continually. They'll lobby to get laws passed that you can't have arsenic at, 1 part per billion in the water, which doesn't even hurt you. But then all those other toxins can be added, just so then they have a patented system and then make cities buy their multi-billion-dollar water cleaning thing to cut out the arsenic. It's all a big game to them. And then on the other end of it, dump fluoride with hundreds of other chemicals into the water after it's been purified. It's all part of sick jokes to them. There's no end to what they do to us, no end to the scams they pull. They absolutely love it. Look at this headline. Do you receive free lunch at work? The IRS wants to tax it. That's right. A couple times a month, I end up buying the whole office food. We get Mexican food. We get barbecue. We get vegetarian stuff sometimes. Runs the gamut. And even though I pay taxes on that as a company, and even though I pay all these regulatory fines and fees on every level, and we pay to drive over there with the gas we use and sales tax, the IRS wants to surveil everything you do. There are few agencies more hated, corrupt, and degraded in the entire nation, and that's not saying a lot. And it's a Michael Krieger article up on Infowars.com, and it goes into how they want to tax your lunch now at work if it's given to you. Another article up on Infowars.com from yesterday's interview, and the video from yesterday's interview with Rappaport is posted there. Very important to get this out to people and break the blockade in dinosaur media, state-run media, that a top, recently retired CDC scientist who co-authored the big study says it's a fraud that they know vaccines are linked directly to massive increases in autism, a triple-fold in their study in boys. Because the blood-brain barrier is not as strong on boys as it is on girls. Now, they were ordered to put out a fake study. And we even have the 2000 document that came out in 2004 when it was the roundtable meeting, a board meeting of the CDC with all the scientists. This was on ABC News. You can look it up. And they said, oh, my God. And by the way, this was leaked. And this actually made it in mainstream news. It was devastating for the globalists. And they literally were in there saying, oh, my gosh, you know, don't give this to your grandkids. I'm going to tell my daughter, don't give it to my grandson. Millions have been harmed by this. The whole government will fall if this is known. In fact, I'm going to do a report. I want to have my research crew repull the 2004 ABC News, CDC new. I forget the exact headline. It's something like, in fact, you guys probably pull it up right now. Let me think of the exact headline. I'm going to do this yesterday. Let me just go into my archive here. My own little brain. What was the exact headline? CDC new vaccines were causing autism. CDC board new vaccine autism link ordered cover-up. And you read the transcript that was released of the meeting that the secretary was there copying down, taking dictation. And then you understand that was 10 years ago. Well, actually, 14 years ago, but 10 years ago it came out. No one's gotten in trouble. They haven't stopped. They've added more vaccines they claim are compulsory, which aren't. Another lie, another hoax, another fraud. And they're now trying to make them mandatory. And now they push them on pregnant women. The inserts still say don't give any vaccines to a pregnant woman. But then instead of admitting they're killing everybody or maiming people, they just go, oh, there's no side effects, safe and effective, give it to pregnant women. In fact, in 2009, with the whole H1N1 hoax, I remember on the news saying, you know, pregnant women ought to take 2 flu shots. Yeah, because you need one of those like a hole in the head. Do you have any idea what that does to a pregnant woman? We've had medical doctors on the nightmares that it causes. They know. Any nurse, any doctor listening who graduated, 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, and not 5 years ago, knows, yes, you never give pregnant women shots. But all the new ones go, no, you give extra. I mean, what a cult, man. State-run medicine, state-run media, state-run churches, state-run education, state-run. And who runs the state? The big mega